Hello, and welcome to my first Let's Play. This is of a game called Antichamber. It's by Alexander Bruce. He is an independent developer out of Australia. He worked on this game for a pretty long time, and it came out last year, I believe, on January 31st. So that's 2013. I really love this game, so I hope that together we can explore it and sort of get into it. So anyway, the game starts here. We're in this sort of hub room. We see over here we have some basic controls. We have some settings. I have them all pretty much to the defaults. Over here we have sort of this weird thing that I will explain later. It's actually not as exciting as it might look, unfortunately. And of course we can, save our game and restart and kind of change all this stuff. So we start off looking at this wall, and we have this panel with a fetus, an unborn child, and it says, every journey is a series of choices. The first is to begin the journey. We're going to see these panels around the game, a whole ton of them. In fact, this whole wall will be filled by the end of this Let's Play. So anyway, yeah, let's take a little further look around. Immediately, as we see the exit. This is the door that leads to the end of the game, but we can't reach it because we are blocked off. And it looks like there are two ways in, so we're gonna look for that exit. So the way that we get around in the game is we see this choose your destination wall. Immediately it says click here, and we get to this leap of faith. So we're gonna go there. So we see that little visual we had from the beginning is immediately what we see when we get into the room. Turn around and there's some other stuff we can check out. It says look up, and nothing really. It's pretty, but we can't seem to get up there yet. So it says to jump, so we might as well take their advice. But if we don't jump immediately, the game teaches us that maybe not following some of the game's rules might lead to some unexpected consequences. But let's just jump, and that gets rid of that. So we fall, we reach the bottom. And see, this is one of the first panels that we're going to find. Just click here. There's a little sheep. So failing to succeed does not mean failing to progress. That is sort of one of the mantras of this game. This game is sort of a Metroidvania, where we have, you might find some interesting things you didn't expect kind of looking around. This thing, we don't seem to know what it is yet, but maybe it'll come in handy a little bit later. So we're gonna go into this dark tunnel. Luckily we are sort of guided by these lines in the ceiling and the floor. We're just gonna pop out over here, and hey, this is pretty cool. Some paths are clearer than others, so yeah, that seems to be a pretty good set of advice. So we'll just approach the first set of staircases. We have two choices, the red and the blue. So let's try the red first. Yeah, a binary choice. Well, we tried the red, so we might as well try the blue. It seems to have looped us back around. The first sort of notion of a non-Euclidean universe, which is a lot of what this game is about. Let's try the blue. So we have the original panel on the right. We have this new one, so we chose the blue. The choice does not matter if the outcome is the same. So that's sort of interesting. We can try one of these again, if we so choose. And we pop up back here, so let's try the blue again. And we're back where we started. This is one of the simpler puzzles. It may be obvious that just taking left and right, brute forcing it, is not the solution. So we actually have to stop and think. And we think, well, hey, let's just try to go somewhere else. If we go backwards, we pop up in a new area. So that is part of what this game is like. Ways you come in might not be the same when you try to leave through them again. You return where you've been, things aren't always as remembered. Alexander Bruce puts it more succinctly than I could. And immediately we see, hey, this is sort of impossible, like, we're going around these corners and we're popping up in a new place. That's just sort of how this game is. It's a little bit crazy. So we approach our first door, and we have this sort of weird looking laser thing. It looks a little sketchy, but we pass it. We see the door opens. We have another one, and we know that these are non-lethal, so we'll just go through. And it closes the door behind us, so that's no good. Here we see a finger hitting the escape button. Some choices leave us running around a lot without really getting anywhere. We go back, and another escape. So it's pretty much telling us, you are stuck, so let's hit escape, see what happens. It brings us back to our hub world, where we see we have more of these, and we have a friend who shows up in our side room. It's all very ominous. The sound design in this game is really impeccable, as you can hear. There's a lot of weird things you'll hear that are just unsettling enough in this very, vague, abstract world that, maybe we might want to pay attention to. That cube fellow will certainly appear in the future. So anyway, we see that, as I was saying before, our wall has been populated by these panels that we've found. And we can see that there's probably going to be a whole lot more, and a whole lot more interesting puzzles. So, it says to go here again. We can choose any of these. We have a jump too far, into darkness, which is where we landed when we jumped, and many paths to nowhere, which, it doesn't really get us anywhere, as the name implies. So let's try Leap of Faith again. Or actually, we haven't been here. Oh, yes, we have. It has just changed. It says walk, question mark. As I already demonstrated in the past, if we just walk across, we will get, and we go, there's sort of a thing, an impasse here. We just walk around, or maybe not. Then we will get to this other side, where you have a baby in his diaper, and it says, taking the first step can be harder than the rest of the challenge. So it's sort of saying, if we are willing to try new things and get out of our comfort zone, then maybe we'll find some interesting things. So let's take the right path, which is not always the correct path, and we see that, hey, this wall is illusory, it's very dark, so we can just sort of go right through it. And this is a little funny thing, a guy smashing a hammer through a wall. Let's see what it says. A dead end will only stop you if you don't try to move through it. So, I don't want to say that's taking a risk, but it is trying things that might not seem obvious, and that is a lot of what this game is about. So here we see fly, question mark, 2 question marks. Just sort of, we'll fall, we just walk down. The panel and the sound design sort of go together. This very sounds like sort of a nice, exciting vacation. And it says we fall down when there is nothing there to support us. So that's interesting. And we have these 2 paths. We can go that way, we can go this way. So let's try this way first. We see these rectangles. And, they don't really seem to do anything. We'll click on them, and then we're not getting by. This is one of the first elements of the game that teaches us that there are just some things that we cannot do yet. It's very Metroid-esque, where you get powers, and they will allow you to access new areas in the future. So let's try the other way. We come across one of these doors again, and it opens, and no problem. But it closes behind us, so that's a little ominous. So let's see what this one says. The path of least resistance is a valid option. Yeah, so least resistance, we're not getting we are making it through, unlike that other section. This place looks a bit crazy. If we run, it's sort of discombobulated. These little atoms coming together, little particles, I guess. So let's try running through first. We see that a bunch of these doors kind of open and close on their own due to these lasers. So let's try this first path. Some paths are straightforward. This looks a little bit scary, but let's give it a go. Woo! That was fun. A little anvil. Life has a way of pushing us in the right direction. Let's turn around. Whoa! We are in an area that you've actually seen. We fell down from there. I believe that is the jump / walk question mark area, or actually just the jump. We see another one of these. If we just walk across, kind of things, then we will get by. It's no big deal. So let's just go across. See what happens. A little duck. But is it a duck, or is it a rabbit? One of the deep philosophical questions behind Antichamber. How we perceive a problem can change every time we see it. Very interesting. So I really like this part. We get a bunch of different paths, and they are all exciting to try. The immediate one is to go forward. This is one of my favorite rooms in the game. We see that this little pendulum is swinging back and forth. It spells L-I-F-E. That spells life, of course. It's very weird. What's cool about this room, though, is when you look at these cubes from different angles, they are all different things. So this is sort of a museum of just weird, very abstract art, that a lot of which we'll be seeing more kinds of this sort of thing later on in the game. There's this little Pong and waffles or something. Oh! So plus... what do we see? Alright, well, I believe you. MIA, missing in action, I guess. Here's what looks like Dr. Doom, or a humanoid Mega Man, loving his neighbor or his lover or something. This is just very kooky and weird, and here we just have, hey look, it's a cube. It looks sort of like the black one, except it is blue. Maybe that'll come in handy later. A chair, and there's some arrows. This one used to be one of my computer backgrounds a long time ago. I kind of walked up and took a screenshot. I really like how it looks. This is very like Half-Life-ish or something. I don't really know what they're going for here, but you know, whatever. I guess this is like a telescope. Some weird particle effects. Kind of a Pokemon-ish looking monster. And some wheels, I guess. Abstract shape, more abstract shapes, more abstract shape. This is actually the same shape, different colors around it from every angle. This one I like. It's this guy. He sort of has conquered something here. He's crossing the finishing line. Uh-oh, what's that? And here he either looks sad or victorious. I'm not really sure. Here we have a three-dimensional sort of vector thing going on. A spire or a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich from McDonald's. A little super collider, you know, whatever. And some fun circles. And I think this is the last one. I apologize for boring you. We got some spaghetti, some ladders in a box. Something kind of wild looking, reminds me of Shadow of the Colossus. And some more cool shit. This is the last one, okay. Here's our clock. Kind of syncs up with that pendulum over there. Here's what looks like a building in an abstract world. Here's some pizza boxes, I guess. And a globe. So, You might be wondering what this thing around us is, and I will tell you. So, throughout the game, there are these sort of weird cubes that if we point at them, they just sort of move on their own accord. Now, this is sort of boring. You kind of push it around the whole room, so I'll skip it. But, you know, if we get it to the end, which is over here, it will go in there, and it will leave us, seemingly forever. Those are one of the weird mysteries behind this game. They don't really do anything. There are more of them. They are sort of like this game's secret, not really collectibles, but just things you can find. But anyway, so let's go in here. When you observe your surroundings, you may notice things that you didn't see before. It's very interesting. This appears on all 4 of these walls. So let's check this room out. So this is one of the first rooms where people sort of get stuck. So first of all, let's go forward. Let's follow the blue. We look left. And we are back where we started. We observe your surroundings, we know something you didn't see before. So let's try going right this time. And we're still following the blue apparently. We look to the right again, we're following the blue, and we're kind of going in a circle. We look to the left, we know we're going in a circle because that's the old room. But there's this other path. Let's look at the green. We look left, we look right. Let's try going this way. And we're going in a circle. So the puzzle here is actually pretty interesting. We are supposed to follow this color, the green. So let's follow it a bit. The green, and the green, the green. And I'm getting lost. Not that way. Da-da-da. No. Here. These all seem like bad news. I'm really good at this game, trust me. I don't remember this being so challenging. But that's basically the idea. It's a little bit kooky, to be completely honest with you. Oh boy. Well. Here we are. We just have to look a little harder. If you never stop trying, you'll get there eventually. I very much did. So here we have these 2 arrows in this room. It looks like a big circle. So let's try going left. Some choices can leave us running around in circles. It very much seems like what we're doing. We're just gonna keep going. We see that same thing. And whoa, this room seems to be getting a little bit, these walls get a little smaller. And hey, we got out. Now, raw persistence may be the only option, rather than giving up entirely. Let's try going the other way. Let's see what happens. I will just sort of wind around and around and around and around. And as you can see, we don't really seem to be making a whole lot of progress. We're back at this room. We keep going right. And right, and right, and right. And the walls are getting a little bit smaller, so you can go either way. And both will work. And, the game gives us this friendly little arrow. Let's try this way. Now, immediately we see that there's a door, but we saw that it closed a little bit early. So, we turn around and we're kind of stuck. We look. Hey! I'm onto you. Now, these, we saw one of these earlier. These are sort of like a visual marker of sorts. Like you generally want to look at them when you are in their vicinity, because they will help you solve a problem. So we'll notice if we just kind of walk back, we got through. So the puzzle there was we don't want to look at the door, because otherwise we won't be able to make it through. So anyway, let's wrap up this video. Let's do a couple more rooms. A few steps backward make you move forward. That's a very good hint. This room I really like. So we go around, and every time we move around, we see, oh, there's like a different color room. This side we see there blue, and we see green. Let's try to get in there. Let's just look in, and wow, we're in the blue. We can do the same for the green or the red. But let's just stay in the blue. Do one more room. See what we have going for us. A window of opportunity can lead to new places if you are willing to take a closer look. Oh, it's our friend, the black object of sorts. And we see another one of those weird teleport gate things over there. And, what could that be? Well, I say we go in this tunnel and we wrap this video up. I really love this tunnel. I'm gonna shut up because I love how it sounds. See, this one's lit up. It sort of helps us know if we're making progress so while we look at it. And here we are. Look a little harder and you will find a way forward. That is a good moral to end on. So thank you for watching my first update of my first Let's Play of Antichamber. Next time we will be kind of checking out some of these unexplored areas on our wall, on our map. This little beacon thing is where we were before. And our timer has counted down a little bit. We lost about a little less than 30 minutes. We'll be finding out soon what that does. So thanks for sticking around. Bye.